A recent analysis of the country's labor market shows there are fewer mothers with young children actually working. According to the report from the University of Kansas, the share of working mothers between the ages of 25 and 44 has dropped 3 percentage points so far this year. Professor Misty Heggeness, who analyzed the data and is the author of the upcoming book Swifty-Nomics, How Women Mastermind and Redefine Our Economy, joins me for tonight's interview. Professor, thanks for being with us. Why is it happening?
Hi, John. Thanks for having me. There's lots of reasons why this could be happening. If you think about what happened in the first half of this year, just with the return to office, the reduction in force of the federal government that had ripple effects, all of these things disproportionately affect mothers and affect caregivers who are looking for flexible jobs.
And what help people understand the effect of this trend continues, or even at its current level, how it will affect the workforce and why this matters?
Yeah, it not only affects the workforce today, but it affects the workforce moving out into the future. As mothers drop out of the workforce, there's going to be less women who move up into managerial positions. There's going to be less individuals who understand the dynamics of what it's like to care for your family at home while also working.
And do employers, I guess we don't know this at the moment, but recognize this as a challenge that they need to address? Or is this something that usually gets addressed through public policy?
Yeah, it's both. So there's public policies that can be set in place that can make the labor market easier for mothers and caregivers to participate in. And there's also a lot of policies that employers can engage in by themselves for their own employees that would help keep mothers and caregivers in the workforce.
And just help some people who might not know immediately, who are not mothers, because mothers would know immediately what those policies are. What kinds of policies are you talking about?
Yeah, so flexible work, there's been a lot of economic research showing that flexibility in time, work schedule and work from home, these types of flexibilities, having childcare in the employer's building, all of these things help caregivers better balance paid work with the unpaid work that they do for their families in their homes.
And there was a report last week that said in the past 20 years, the increased share of women with college educations has grown larger in the workforce. How is there a college split in terms of who is and who isn't working in terms of working mothers?
Yeah, so there's been a decrease for both mothers with a bachelor's degree or higher and mothers with less than a bachelor's degree. The mothers with less than a bachelor's degree, however, have been disproportionately impacted in the first half of this year. This is it's an issue in general, and then it's also compounded when you happen to be working in lower paying kind of service jobs where you really do need to be on site at the time in which the employer requests.
Professor Misty Heggeness, thank you so much.